This is Geometry Semester 1. It is the second unit called Angles. It's the fourth lesson called Right Triangle Practice. It's on CreatorMathcom under the Geometry tab. You might have to type in CreatorMath.weebly.com into Google to find the page. Copy the following problems into your composition book according to the table of contents with notes for those pages. It says on the correct pages according to the table of contents with the notes for those pages from CreatorMath.com. And I usually try to show what that means. So, where are we here? If we go like this, home. Here's what the website is, CreatorMath.weebly.com. This is what the home page looks like. All of the composition book information and directions are on this home page. We're going to click over to Geometry where the notes are, the videos, the problem sets, the vocab. This is vocabulary right here. We're going to go by that. We're going to cruise by, we're going to go to semester 1. Make sure you're in the right semester. So for us right now it's semester 1. Table of contents, go on pages 2 through 6 of your comp book. All this gets copied on pages 2 through 6. It's 3 to 4 pages long. Take you about 45 minutes to write it in. But once you have it in at the beginning of the semester, you now know all the page numbers for everything in the comp book the entire semester. We're going to go down to the second unit called Angles. We are on the fourth lesson called the Right Triangle. Here are the page numbers where the notes go. Don't look at this video for the note for the page numbers, but look back at the original table of contents on the website because they will be different by the time you see this video. Right here are the notes. Let's peruse those quickly. For me, it loaded on the first try. It may not always load on the first try. So here's a right triangle, right? It's got a 90 degree. That's the square down in that angle, means a 90 degree angle. A triangle with one 90 degree angle is a right triangle. There are 30, 60, 90s. So if this is 90 and you had 30, 60, 30 and 60 are 90. 90 plus 90 is 180. Check. So there's 30, 60, 90s, right? Another famous right triangle is a 45, 45, 90, where you have two 45s in the other angles and 90 in the one right angle. Right triangle with Pythagorean theorem, we know that we have leg, leg, and hypotenuse, the two legs. A triangle has two legs like a human, and it's the two sides attached to the right angle. Once we're dealing with a right triangle, we get to use this amazing thing called the Pythagorean theorem, and it is hypotenuse squared equals leg squared plus leg squared. Some students learned a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I'd prefer you rearrange it and call it c squared equals a squared plus b squared. I would prefer you drop the letters altogether and just say hyp squared equals leg squared plus leg squared. All right, recitals, let's see. Vocab, right triangle is a triangle with exactly one 90 degree angle. Obtuse triangles greater than 90. Square in the corner means 90 degrees. The sum of the angles of a triangle equal 180. The Pythagorean theorem is c squared equals a squared plus b squared. Let's see, a leg of a right triangle is the one attached to the 90 degree angle. The hypotenuse is across from the 90 degree angle and is the longest side. Alpha, beta, theta, different Greek letters are variables that stand for the angles in the vertexes or vertices of a triangle. Can't say vertexes, that's not right. There's one vertex and there's multiple vertices. Vertex is singular. So here they're giving us different triangles, giving us names. Let's see what the problem sets are. Okay, you should have copied all that into your comp book, and that will help you do these problems. Let's roll through them. Given the following triangle, what does the square in the lower corner mean? It means 90 degrees, you guys. That square right here means that that angle is exactly 90 degrees every time, all the time. Given the following triangle, if angle B is 30, so here's 30, what is C? Well, we know the sum of the angles of a triangle equal 180, so I'm going to go the long route here, and you don't necessarily have to do this. You should be able to see instantly that this is 60, but here's why. If A is 90, and B is 30, and C is X, and they all must sum up to 180, I'm going to do the long way here. 120 plus X equals 180, minus 120 from both sides. X equals 180 minus 120 is 60 degrees. So this has to be 60 degrees. But just think about it, you guys. If this is 90, then these two have to add up to 90. And if this is 30, it's got to be 60. So you could do this in your head a lot faster. This is just sort of the classic, how do you solve equations as practice of the problem. Please go ahead and practice it. If you don't know how to do it, especially you need to practice it. Given the following, if C is 60, what's B? Well, we already did it. It's 30. It's a 30, 60, 90. It's a famous measurement of triangles, 30, 60, 90. Add them all up, they equal 180, right? 30 and 60 is 90, 90 and 90 is 180. All right, what's the common name? Whoops, here we go, sorry. The common name is 30, 60, 90. Call it what it is. All right, given the following triangle, if angle B is 45, what's C? So I could list them all out and say A plus B plus C is 180, or I could just look at this. If this is 90 and this is 45, this has to be 45. Because the two of these must add to be 90, so that so 90 and 90 can be 180. So 45 degrees has got to be the remaining one. This is the famous one they're going to ask us in the next question. I know it. This is a 45, 45, 90 special right triangle. Oh, they're going to go even slower. All right, given C is 45, what's B? 45. All right. What's the common name? 45, 45, 90. There we go. Yeah, and sometimes we do call it a special because we love it so much. 30, 60, 90 and 45, 45, 90 are the two special right triangles. And their sides are related to each other by specific ratios. And we love that because we can calculate what one side length is given another using those ratios. And we think it's very cool. Given the following triangle, what is the name for side AB? Oh, this is a leg. How do I know it's a leg? Because it's attached to the 90. A triangle has two legs like a human, and both legs are attached to the 90. The one that's not is called the hypotenuse. This is a leg. Side attached to the right angle. It is the side attached, but that's not its name. All right, so that's kind of a mislead. Yeah, it's not the hypotenuse, not the longest side. It's not the side across from the largest angle. Nope, that's all over here. They're talking about the height. Don't forget the height. All right, given the following triangle, what is the name of side AC? AC is here. Well, see, it's not touching the 90, so this is the height. All right, don't forget the height. So let's see, side attached to the right angle. No, it is the hypotenuse, the longest side, and the side across from. These should show up in the A situation, so I'm a little unsure why they're here, but it's hypotenuse, the longest side, and the side across from the 90. It's not touching that 90. That's the hypotenuse. Oh, and remember, you spell it hypotenuse. That's how you spell it, hypotenuse, but we say it hypotenuse. Given the following triangle, what's the name for BC? So BC is here. That's the hypo again. Hypotenuse. Longest side across from. I'm curious, did I do this last one wrong? Why are they asking me that again? Well, that's because I did this one wrong. Huh. Look, it says, given the following triangle, what's the name of AC? I did BC. This one. Well, this is attached to 90, it's a leg. I got ahead of myself right there. So eager to get to the hypotenuse because it's such an exciting side of the triangle. The longest side and across from the largest angle. All right, there. Correct that mistake. All right, given the following triangle, what is the name for side AB? Where are we? Let me be a little bit slower here. AB is attached to the 90, so it's a leg. Given the following, what is the name of AC? AC is attached to the 90, leg. BC? BC is not attached to the 90, it's across from, so that's the hypotenuse, the longest side, and the side across from the largest angle. Now, just on that note, if this is 90 degrees, can one of these be 90? Question mark? No. Why? Because 90 and 90 would be 180, then what would this be, 0? It can't be 0, it has to have some measure. So if this is 90, these two must be divided between 90, so they must be each less than 90, these here. A triangle can only have one 90-degree angle. Think it through if you don't believe it yet. Follow the name of the lesson to find out where we are in the table of contents. This is Geometry Semester 1. It's the second unit called Angles and the fourth lesson called Right Triangle Practice. It's on CreatorMathcom under the Geometry tab. I hope this helps.